Thank God it's Friday, yes, for sure. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 41.72. 41.72. Resistance on the upside at 78, 85, 93, 4,200, and 08. Support below 63, 55, 49, 41, and 34. Pivot 72, support 63, 55, 49, 41, 34. Resistance on the upside at 78, 85, 93, 4,200, and 08. Good morning to everybody that's in here. Welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&P futures. Yes, they are risky, but we put together a methodology here that tries to minimize the risk as much as possible. We give you our levels here to use as a guide to the trading day. We adjust them. We can add to them, subtract them, change them a little bit. All depends on price action. The market here moves around, and the price action here dictates our trading entry points and what we're trying to achieve here, which is profitability. Obviously, yesterday's trade, the one-way up trade, difficult for us to make money, but we have to recognize the trade, and I think I tried to recognize it early enough and tell you. So you have to be careful when that happens and either not trade or somehow jump in front of it and try to find a place to get long, or just sit on the sideline and wait, or trade very small and minimize your losses, because not every market dynamics is going to be legitimate to your trading style, to our trading style. So you have to take that into consideration when you're trading. And we obviously, the hard part is recognizing it quickly enough, right? But such as this market is very buoyant. They have big rallies, and they seem to be concerned or consumed about inflation. And then that'll be for the 1 day or 2 days, and then all of a sudden they bring it right back. So to sit there after a while, it's like, calling, running around and saying there's a fire in the house, right? After a while, it's like, okay, it's not inflation. What is it then? All right, but who knows? But this is the markets trading. These are trading futures, so there's a lot of unknown sometimes that we have to contend with when we're trading, and that's just part of the business that we're in. So welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We are trading futures. We have our levels that we use, our guides, and we try to trade around that. We did bounce here off of our 72 here, our pivot. And the market is kind of slowly upticking again. I don't know if we're going to get the same trade as we did yesterday. Let's hope not. When markets go up, they just don't give you the same dynamics as when they go down. And we talk about that all the time. Many opportunities, and the VIX also gets into a very low number. Where is the VIX right now? Are we 2012, so almost a 19 handle. So all the volatility that we like and want and the desire kind of just swooped away in 1 or 2 days. So that's what happens, but it also gets regenerated really quickly too when there's a break in the market. So again, welcome some of the new folks that are in. We are trading futures on equities, and we do it here. We used to be on the floor of the exchange and trade, and you can hear somebody yelling back and forth, but as you might have heard, the exchange has decided not to reopen after COVID shut it down, unfortunately. So you just have me to listen to in the morning now. That's not a great. It's not a great, give up. That's for sure. me instead of pit noise. I'd rather take the pit noise, to be honest with you, but that's me. All right, we slowly uptick here. We got resistance around 78 area. See what it wants to do up here. We do have a couple numbers. We do have PMI composite number that's coming out here at 8:45. So in about 10 minutes, we do have a number that's coming out. And then at 9 o'clock, at top of the hour here, we do have, we're going to have existing home sales. So a couple numbers are going to be released here for us within the next half an hour. And then as the day goes on, 12:30, there's going to be a Fed speak, in case you're wondering. And we'll see what happens from there. So 8:45, and then at 9 o'clock. So keep that in mind if we're trading right now in the next few minutes. And we don't like to trade when there are numbers going to be released. It's not our favorite thing to do. We kind of let the numbers do what it does to the market, and we can trade around it. All right, trying to get a little bit of rotation here against our 78 area. So we got a little bit, nice little push down here. I don't know if you got them up there or not, but did trade up to 78, coming off here a little bit. And we'll see what it wants to do. All right, again, we are scalping the market, so we're looking for about 2 to 3 points rotations on our trades with the likewise amount of stops. Now, that obviously varies with price volatility, and so if that, that also changes it. Again, it all depends on how busy we're going to be that day, or the volatility, and all these things that do take into consideration if you're trading. But for the time being, I think 2 to 3 points is a good target and stop for some of our trades here. As we coming up here to the 78, going to test the 78 area. All right, anybody have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat box area. Again, just make sure you keep your stops in. We are not loving any trade. We say that because that's the nature of the business here. And again, we don't know when the dynamics of the markets are going to change, so we have to always protect ourselves. All right, so we have a number coming out here in about 7 minutes. Keep that in mind if you're trading. We don't like to trade when numbers are out, so we might want to wait till after the number, and then we have another number at the top of the hour. So we got a couple numbers going to be released here for us. Again, keep your stops in place and just trade whatever market gives us or doesn't. And that way we don't get hurt in these markets, and always look for the next opportunity. All right, again, keep your stops in place. Next level on the upside we have is up at the 85 area. And these slow markets always tend to kind of slowly edge and trade against us. So we got to keep your stops in place, like I said, as we quickly come up here to our 85 area. Well, not 80, well, trying to get to our 85 area. All right. Let's see what else. So we have a number coming out here in about 5 minutes that you don't want to make sure we don't have anything on. We don't like to have any positions on when numbers comes out. All right, they flashed up to 82 and then coming back off here. Let's see. The 3-week-old antitrust trial between Apple and Epic will wrap up on Monday, but not before a appearance by high-profile defendant CEO Tim Cook will take the stand today before the companies make their closing arguments, and the judge issues a final ruling. Neither side wanted a jury trial. Other executives from both firms have already testified. The legal fight started last year when Epic created its own direct payment method within the popular game Fortnite. Circumventing fees paid for Apple's store purchases. Apple then issued a warning to Epic regarding the workaround, but the latter refused to remove it, and Apple kicked the developer off its platform. The current lawsuit had then emerged while companies like Spotify, Match Group have also accused Apple Store of anti-competitive complaints. So they took him to court. Big money here, big money. While Tim Cook has testified before Congress in the past, today will mark the first time he has been taken a witness stand in a trial. Apple seems to have the edge in terms of legal precedent in this case, but a loss could inflict heavy casualties on the tech giant's lucrative App Store operations. In fact, the Apple Service segment, which includes Apple Store, Apple Music, iCloud, Apple TV, brought an eye-popping $53.7 billion in revenues during 2020. Oof. That's a lot of moolah. Last time, okay, so we have a number coming out here in about 2 minutes. That was nice. Actually, it wasn't that nice. I played like horrible, brutal. The weather was nice though. It's gonna be nice today too. Mm-hmm. The last time Cook appeared before the Judiciary Committee, Subcommittee on Antitrust, Commercial, and Administrative Law, he had the following to say: Apple does not have to dominate market share in any market we do business in. That is not just true for iPhone; it's also true for product categories. Our commissions are comparable to or lower than commissions charged by the majority of our competitors, and we have never raised commissions or added a single fee. All righty. All right, so we are just kind of hovering here after this number is going to be released. We'll see what it wants to do. Got this number coming out here in about a minute or so. Again, we don't like to have anything on, so keep that in mind. As we bouncing off our 78 here, kind of ran up a little bit and then came back down quickly. market's still on the follow through from this rally over the last 2 days. We might be getting that V-shaped formation. V-shaped formation that somebody was talking about. Again, kind of counterintuitive because of all the talk about inflation and how it's going to affect us and what it's going to do to us and how the market's reacting to it. And all of a sudden, it kind of dismisses that and continues to do what it usually does. Rally. So it's kind of a weird little trade, right? All right, so number is released now. See how it wants to react to it or not. Right here at that 78 that we talked about earlier, support now would be back at the 72 area, which would be our pivot. So very, very kind of quiet trade, nothing going on. Just be patient. It's aggravating, I understand. It's hard to be patient sometimes. Okay, we kind of downtick a little bit here. Again, we don't like to have anything on, so we're kind of flat. We need support around their pivot area if we're a little aggressive. The market comeback on Thursday helped a major averages break a 3-day losing streak. The U.S. stock futures index tracked another 0.3% overnight. Some buy the dip action may be happening. Really? Although fresh data showed the lowest level of jobless claims since the start of the pandemic in March of 2020. According to figures in the Labor Department, 444,000 applied for the first time unemployment a week, ending on May 15th, down from 478 in the previous 7 days. And that was yesterday's reason, I guess. And I think that people are so concerned that by the volatile moves that are happening in our markets, that's a managing partner from someplace. In reality, people are still apprehensive about the economy. We'll look in a month from now, or 2 months from now, or even 6 months from now, really. Thanks for the flash, Gordon. Rising inflation and overheated recovery could trigger the Fed to pare back easing money policies while tapering talk was had at the latest FOMC meeting. I guess they weren't worried about it too much because they brought the market right back up here. Another thing that on the minds of investors is the global minimum tax that was just announced by Treasury Department. A new corporate level would be at least 15% less than the 21% rated proposed for the overseas earnings of U.S. businesses. It is imperative to work multilaterally to end this pressure of corporate tax competition, corporate tax base erosion. Discussions should continue to be ambitious and push the rates higher, the U.S. Treasury said in a statement. Janet Yellen today is scheduled to preside over a meeting of the Financial Stability Oversight Council. All right, so it's going to tell us what she really feels about this minimum corporate tax. See what happens there. the initial first 5 minutes, I think, after a number is released, you'll realize or you'll recognize the volatility involved in the market at that point, so that you can then decide whether you want to trade it or not. If it's calm and not crazy, and the market's kind of doing its thing, then probably, you can get, if you can handle the volatility. So it's basically let the number be released, look at and check the volatility, see what happens for the next bar, 5 minutes, and then decide whether it's trading, somewhat in a cautious way, so that you don't, not crazy, not whipping around, because we don't want the whipping around part, because the whipping around part gets a little bit tough to handle. But you can also tell by the number of contracts that are in the bids and offers. There's about 100 up and down the bid and offer. So that's that's when that disappears, and it gets thinned out a little bit, then you want to be a little bit more careful. So, right, the market's slowly kind of dripping down here a little bit. If you're a little aggressive, support would be around the pivot there, but then we do have a number going to be released soon. Sometimes the bond market had a bigger reaction to that number. As you can see here, they kind of flushed it down there a little bit. So they had a bigger reaction and to that number than we did. And again, bond market, I always keep saying, is trading around 56 handle. Now we're up here in the 57 handle, so kind of not doing much. And they're just hanging around. Really, with all the talk of inflation and everything, the market's not, the bond market is not reacting to any of this. It's just kind of staying steady as far as the rates are concerned. I guess kind of waiting to see where the next shoe is going to drop as far as that is concerned. But they're not giving us any hint as far as raising rates are concerned anymore. They did before. But ever since this talk started, they've been very tightly ranged between 55 and 58 handles. All right. And we're just kind of floating around here. We do have a number coming out in about 8 minutes. This could be a little bigger number. Let's see. Existing home sales could be a little bit bigger number. Market might react to it a little differently. We'll see. You just never know. Things seems to calming down in the crypto market following a series of plunges. Some wild swings seen earlier in the week. Bitcoin rose 2.1% overnight to 40,000 and change. Ether climbed 2% to 27 and change, 2,700. Doge has hung in there pretty good for what it's 40 cents, which is right around where it was, I don't know, about a month ago. Even a monkey wrench thrown at the U.S. Treasury on Thursday, calling for stricter crypto compliance with the IRS, didn't seem to dent sentiment for too long. Okay. The U.S. Treasury is proposing a requirement that any crypto transfer over $10,000 be reported to the IRS, among other plans, given that the crypto market poses a significant tax evasion risk. The news is part of a broader Biden plan to raise $700 billion in revenue over the coming decade, stepping up the IRS scrutiny of Americans, including doubling the size of IRS workforce by hiring 87,000 additional employees by 2031. In a speech yesterday, the market continues to uptick here, bouncing up. Next level of resistance we have is up at the 85 area. Again, we do have a number coming out here in about 5 minutes, so that could put a damper on your trade. I don't know. Just let you know. Some like the opportunity to trade when there's a number. I personally don't. So I'm just letting you know that there's a number coming out. Bonds here again are more affected by that by that number that was released here at 8:45 than the equities. In a speech yesterday, Jeremy Powell said the Fed will issue a discussion papers this summer on the possibility of the U.S. central bank digital currency. And there you go. There you go. Fed's going to have a crypto currency. FedCoin. The key focus is how the central bank digital currency could improve current American domestic payment system, while the Boston Fed is working on more technical projects focused on tools and infrastructure. We think it's important that any potential CBDC, central bank digital currency, could serve as a complement to and not a replacement of cash and current private sector digital forms of dollar, such as deposits of commercial banks. Powell said in a video message, the design of the CBDC would raise important monetary policy, financial stability, consumer protection, legal and privacy concerns will require careful thought and analysis, including the input from the public and elected officials. So there you have it. They're coming out with, the Fed's coming out with its own Bitcoin. You knew it was going to happen. They couldn't stay away. It's not going to be complicated. All right, we have a number coming out here in about a minute. So I know we're coming up here close to our 85 area. So be careful if you're going to trade it. Know that there is a number that's going to be released. And again, I don't like to have numbers released when there's, that's me. But everybody's different. So I will be careful here. Again, if I'm going to take it, it could do it multiple ways, trade smaller, not trade it at all, patient, wait for the number to be released. Right. So that's, again, that's me. And this number is going to be out here in about a minute. So be careful around this level if you're going to trade it at all. existing home sales could be a little bit of a market mover, but you can, like I said, you can always tell by the, the bids and offers if they're going to really, how, if there's an imminent release of any number, sometimes the bids and offers will completely disappear. In this situation, they're kind of hanging in there. Well, they also do it like last minute, so we'll see. Or maybe they don't care about the number. Maybe I'm the only one that cares about the number. Okay, number coming out here momentarily. Numbers out, and you can tell they kind of lighten the load there in the ladder ticket, right? There's hundreds around it, less than hundreds around the level. So it did get up to 73 there, or 85, I mean, and it's kind of bouncing off there a little bit. Again, just gotta be patient. All right, again, if you did take it, obviously a risk reward type of situation here. All right, there's definitely a risk reward situation going on here if you did take it. And some of you did, some of you didn't, that's fine. But we did trade off on the 85 very nicely there. So obviously the 85 is not a level that we are looking for anymore, because it technically did work. It just happened to come out on a number. All right, market rotating down here. Support would be back around the 74 area. Yeah, kind of a quiet day. Not much going on. These rally markets are kind of just quiet. Of course, number comes out right on one of our levels. And if some of you did take it, obviously there's a risk reward situation there. You got paid off very nicely. And if you didn't, that's fine. Just be a little bit patient. Support would be around the 74 area next. All right, bonds kind of getting back here a little bit after the little sell off. All right, very, very quiet day. Again, anybody have any questions, please feel free to ask. We are trading mini S&Ps, equity futures. We gave out levels that we use as a guide. If somebody can repeat the level, if you look at the chat box area, those are the levels that we're going to use as a guide for the day. You can see here our resistance level there at 85 worked very nicely. The 78 kind of did not. Depending on how your stops were, probably got stopped out on that. And now we're just kind of floating around here, doing not much. If you took the 85, you took it right on the number. Again, not something we try not to trade when the number is released, but if you did take it, you can see here you had a nice risk-reward kind of situation where you got paid off really nicely against it. And now we're just kind of floating around, trying to see where we're going to do next. If I knew what we were going to do, I would honestly tell you, I just don't know. Just don't know. Of course, Don's got an opinion. Don always has an opinion, but he has an opinion. Support would be back around the 74 area. All right, market continues to downtick here. Got support around 74. Got down to 75 and popped back up here a bit. 75 and change, that is. No, we're just chopping around here a bit. Again, we are trading mini S&Ps, looking for opportunities based on price action. We had our secondary resistance level there that got triggered there at 85, and the market's trading off of that. Now we're just kind of bouncing back down in here to the range that we were at this morning. I guess the little support there would be around the 74 area. Our pivot is 72, so kind of in that area there is a little support. See what it wants to do if it gets down there. And just keep your stop in. Right now, 2 to 3 point stops is appropriate for what we're trying to do here and what the market conditions are. Those obviously do change when market conditions change. But today, it seems like that's an appropriate amount. Hey, that's fine with me. I don't mind. I know, Don, are you feeling all right? Maybe just the blue pen didn't catch up to you yet. All right. Again, we're just kind of hanging here. Support 74. And market's kind of just dawdling, not doing much. Again, like I said, we can only take what the market gives us. Can't, create trades. That's not what we're here to do. All right, drifting down here again. Got support at the, well, a little support at 74. Quickly coming down here. Again, whatever happens, keep your stops in place. It's always the key here, right? Did go right down to 74. There's a little volatility coming in the market right now, right? Just a little. Seems all of a sudden they got a little whippy. Something's up. I mean, I don't know what's up. I'm just telling you something's up. All right, nice little rotation there. Went right down to 74 and pop right back up for us. If you did maybe jump in there, it was also matching up with our blue band. Gave you a couple reasons maybe to get in. And our pivot was 72, so you had a little backup. Got down right down there and popped nice quick rotation there. Again, we're trying to take 2 points, 3 points on our trades. Came right up and came right off. And hopefully you were able to take advantage of that little quick scalp. Again, we're here to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. And trying to find areas of inflection that create those opportunities for us. And any work, anything that we say is based on the work that we do, based on the price action work that we teach. So there are reasons for me saying what I say. That's all I'm trying to say. Don, I know. Don, that was Don's target, by the way. I just want you to know he was on the correct side of the blue band today. It's got to be a first in 2021. Happens once in a while. Don was on the right side of the blue band. There's always a first for 2021. Let's see what happens the rest of the year. All right, so now next really good support will be down at the 63 area. We did nicely rotate against our 85, but like I said, some of you did get in, some of you didn't. Against the 9 o'clock number, it traded right on there. And some of you stayed away from trading the number, then that's okay. If you did get in, that's even better. Okay, again, like next support level we was down at the 63 area. Anybody have any questions, please feel free to ask. You can put them in the chat box area. Yeah, like I said, next good resist support is down at 63. So let's be patient till we get there. Could you be short anywhere? I don't know. Maybe if we get below 70. All right, market slowly down ticking here. See what it wants to do. We didn't get below 70, so taking back up here a little bit, you're going to maybe use that as a stop if you were looking to, maybe get in there. It got down to 71 and change. These are little price action opportunities that occur. And again, not everybody has to take them. They're out there. And sometimes if you know where your exit strategy is, it gives you an opportunity to put in a buy or sell it, depending on the exit strategy. In this case, we said below 70. You want to be, maybe we'll have a rotation lower, but we never got below 70. So you could use that as a stop for a long once it got down there. If, that's what, sometimes you go backwards and figure out where your, what your trade could be if you know where your stop is. Makes sense, I think. I don't know, maybe. But relatively quiet day. I mean, we did have a nice rotation against our 85 if you were a little aggressive there. And a couple price action plays. Our first level there got run over there against the 78. But then we kind of been okay after that. Just pick your spots, be patient, wait for the market to give you a chance or a trade. Don't jump in there for the sake of jumping in. All right, nice quick rotation there against our 74 if you were looking maybe to get short there. $68 would be our next support level. All right, we did bounce again off of that little area there. And you could, if you were a little aggressive, you could add that 70 stop. All of a sudden, it's a range game. I don't know why. All right, market maybe wants a down tick here a little. We'll see. We have a target down at the 63 area. I would say anything above 70, well, 77, you want to be out of any shorts. Chopping around here a little bit. Kind of going nowhere fast, right? Well, back up here to 74. What a surprise. Getting a little choppy in here. So be a little bit careful. Grateful. Yeah, so that was the old fake out breakout to the downside. All right, let's come back up here. Kind of just do nothing. Again, being patient is very important. Again, we had a couple price action opportunities, and now we're just kind of bouncing around here a little bit. This is looking like the no trade zone that we talk about every now and then when the market doesn't really do anything for us, just trade sideways. Both sides of our blue band. So again, very, very uncertain market. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Maybe taking a breather after kind of a weird little week. Well, last couple days. But I mean, we're close to a 42 handle, so it's not like we're going anywhere fast. We seem to be gravitating to this 42 handle. We go down to the 40 handle and then come right back up here to a 42 handle, almost. I know what you're talking about, Don. All right, well, that's not surprised. Seem to be coming right back down here, getting a little choppy. We kind of talked about this as kind of chop city here. Never got above the 77 area up there. Again, 63 is the next support level that we have. Good. We're just kind of floating back and forth here, trying to downtick. We did stay below the 77. So if you were looking for a little area to get short, maybe that was it up there. But definitely a very quiet day. Yeah, it's probably good for a Friday, right? Market continues to downtick here. Support down at 63 again. If you're trying to stay short, that you'd be targeting down the 63 area. All right. It's kind of a little slow here. Looks like it wants to downtick a little bit. It's not making it easy though to stay short, that's for sure. So be careful. Uh, I'm taking a break. So last time I took a break, market moved. So you guys wanted me to tell you when I was taking a little bit of a break. I'm taking a little bit of a break. Be back in a few here, and maybe the market will move. Who knows? Last time I took a break, we got some action. So give me a fair warning. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. See what happens. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. All right. Be back in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. I want to welcome those that are coming in today as guests. Welcome aboard. I do have an opportunity for you to stick around based on Sol's friends and family offer. I'm just going to post it to everybody so you have it. That's coming out to everybody, including all attendees. Hey, Oscar, let me know what you're thinking. Hey, Leland, are you still signed up for Sol's friends and family? Just let me know back in chat. Hey, Kathleen, I tried to reach out to you a couple times yesterday. How you making out today? Willem, how are you making out? Anthony J, Anthony D. Just let me know back in chat. Hey, Fred, I saw you sneak in there. Leland, you're the best. And Kathleen, I just sent out that friends and family thing. Let us know if that's something you're interested in. Julio, that's great. Wilfredo, how are you making out today? Hey, Roop. Hey, Anupam. If anybody needs a repeat of the levels, let me know. Hey, Mark, thank you. Hey, Anthony, that's great. Hey, David H., welcome. So again, this is a Zoom trade along focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. It's focused for the first 2 hours of the cash open, from the cash open to about 11:30. So from 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Right now it's 10:49. We'll usually go to 11:30. If you're not done by then, let us know back in chat so that we can work you into our program to help you. Starts out with becoming part of our friends and family, and then having the opportunity from there to work with Sol based on his mentoring and his coursework. Friends and family give you access on a daily basis to receive Sol's levels and zones, and then participate in the morning session with Sol. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing's to be taken as direct trading or investment advice. If you need trading software, let us know. We can refer you to somebody that's in the know when it comes to trading software. If you need any additional information, don't hesitate to ask. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. Now, was that Anthony J or Anthony D? Let me see. Now, as a friends and family member, if you're interested in Sol's trading education or his mentoring work, where he takes you under his wing and teaches you personally his methodology, and then supports you as you apply the entries, exits, and stops, and learn how to set his proprietary scalping levels, let us know, and we can help you with that. So, Anthony, are you in twice? So I have an Anthony D. Welcome, Anthony D. Then I have an Anthony J. Welcome, Anthony J. No worries. No worries. You know, if it turns out that you sign up for Sal's Friends and Family, then, you know, we can work on that. Oh, okay. So that means it's just you. So you are two separate individuals, Anthony D and Anthony J. And that's wonderful. As I say, more the merrier. And again, if you like what we're doing here, make sure you tell your friends. Now, if you do sign up for Friends and Family, you're in charge. You can keep your subscription, you can cancel it. If you do sign up based on the link in the service, it's the link that so I'll be in the background if anybody needs me. Take a moment to sign up for Friends and Family, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
All right. Well, as you can tell, this time around, I told you that I was taking a break, but nothing happened. Basically, still stymied in this little range we've been at. So, unfortunately, nothing exciting going on. Did bounce off of, well, just got down to 66 and change there. We were looking at 63 area. Now coming back up here again. Got a very, very choppy little trade. Well, I'm glad they're done. My break worked out good for Don. Kind of telling me I should go on another break soon, which I think don't even much. The next time I take a break, it might be a break. So, but I'm glad Don did all right with that one. Oh, well, we're just coming back up here to our blue band. A little aggressive. Maybe you're taking it. Otherwise, it's a very, very slow day. A little bit of a bounce there against our blue band area there. Just coming back down here again. Support would be still at about 63 area. All right there, Mark, you have a great weekend. Have a good day with Mike as well. Everybody's taking off. I don't blame you. Very, very slow morning.
So you too, and you have a good weekend as well.
All right, Jonathan, you have a great weekend also.
Hey, quick shout and welcome back to Bamal. Hey, Bamal, welcome back. Hey, Kathleen, how you making out? Let me know back in chat. Hey, Iki, welcome. Gene D, let me know how you're making out. Gene D. Bellum, let me know how you're making out. Anthony. If you need me to send, anybody needs me to send Sal's friends and family out, let me raise your hand and I'll send it out to you.